And so that's one of the reasons why we wanted to start this quote unquote survival garden, because quote unquote synthetic, quote unquote organic, you know what I'm saying, fertilizer up here, okay? And what's up, everybody? It's me, Mike, out here at the Urban Suburban Homestead, and yes, we're definitely going to be getting into some fertilization, okay? Yes, I have not fertilized the garden in a while, and so some of the plants are actually showing that they need some nutrients, and so therefore we're definitely going to get some fish fertilizer and also some Miracle Grow Organics granulated fertilizer into the garden today, because we want to make sure that these plants are getting all the nutrients they're getting, especially the tomatoes over here, because they suck up a lot of nutrients, and so we definitely want to make sure that we getting them everything that they need to be able to survive, especially the pepper plants over there, and not to mention the brassicas. They definitely need all the nitrogen they can get, so we can get some nice, full, healthy collards, broccoli, you know what I'm saying, all of the things, the Brussels sprouts, y'all know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I definitely want to get some fish fertilizer and also the organics granulated fertilizer all mixed together. And I think I have a little bit of compost worm tea over there. And so what I'll do is I'll add like a little scoop of that in there too, so we can go ahead and incorporate that into the beds as well, so we can get some of the worm casting tea as well. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you all that, and after that we're definitely gonna make sure that we get into a little garden tour. By the time I get done watering tonight, it's probably gonna be too late, so in the morning I will definitely do a full walkthrough of the garden, and we will talk about all of the things. Okay, so I want you all to stay tuned, and yeah, I'll go ahead and hit that like, share, subscribe button. Okay. So as you can see, I got the fish fertilizer right here, and I also got the Miracle Grow Organics here, the Performance Edition, so that way we can get some nice, quote unquote synthetic, quote unquote organic, you know what I'm saying, fertilizer up in here, okay? And we also have our water pitcher here as well. I'm gonna show you all the compost tea. Let me go and grab that real quick. And it's from my 3-tier 1 composter. I'm gonna show you all what's happening. Show y'all what's going on. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Okay. So yeah, we got our compost tea here. So what I'm going to do is make sure that we get a little bit of this, a little bit of that up in there. We're going to make sure we get these plants here water, and yeah, we're going to go from there. Okay. All right. Some of this is on discount, so it's a little clumped up in the bag. It's all good. It's gonna do what needs to be done. We're definitely gonna make sure we get this here fish fertilizer in there, and we're gonna let the ancestors tell us when to start. Oh my, this stuff stinks. And then let me get a cup so I can scoop this out of here, okay? And we're gonna add this to the situation, and we're gonna go ahead and fill this up, and I'm gonna go ahead and water all this stuff, okay? All right, I can't find no disposable cup, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and use this here mason jar. And look at that there. We're gonna go ahead and add some of this to that. And go from there. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this sugar filled up. Alright, so we got our pitcher filled, and so what I'm about to do is go ahead and get the watering some of the things, okay? What up, everybody? It's day 2 out here at the Urban Suburban Homestead. Actually, it's really day 3 because day 2 it was raining yesterday and we didn't get a chance to get out here. So hopefully all that good fertilizer and everything that we put down the other day got a chance to soak up in that good old soil and all that, and that way these plants can get the booming and busting and, you know what I'm saying, getting out of control for us, okay? And so today what I decided we're gonna do is go ahead and plant these onions, okay? We're gonna do these in these seed trays here. Okay, these are just some old leftover seed trays that we got the transplants out of. We're gonna reuse these or whatnot, and then we're going to put the onions in here, and we're gonna grow them singly. Okay, that way we can be able to transplant them and put them in the ground individually, and they can grow into nice big bulbs that way after good fertilization and everything. Okay, so what I'm about to do right now is actually get the seed mix here, the starting potting mix here. I put a little water in there, that way the peat moss and stuff doesn't have the seeds and everything floating. That way we can mix it up real good, and then we can go ahead and get this dirt pre-moistened, okay? Yeah, so we can get into these trays, okay? And the onions can get settled in. Hopefully in about 2 weeks we can get some good old sprouts, and we can go from there, okay? So yeah. So yes, as you can see, we got our potting mix right in here. I probably need to put some more in here, but we're pretty much using the same thing we used the last time. Our little discounted jiffy here, and the rest of this little Miracle Grow starter mix, okay? And like I said, I didn't want the dirt to be floating or anything, so I added a little water in here, probably to add a little bit more, and we're gonna go from there. But I think this might be a good consistency to get us going in the first couple of trays, okay? Okay, so we got this mixed to a nice little consistency here to where it kind of clumps up. Okay, so that's what we want, not powdery and dusty, okay? So here we go. As you can see, we got all these seedlings planted into these trays right here, and I want you all to take note too, that yellow thing that was under, it was actually a lid from one of the totes that was over there. So we decided to use this as like a watering tray, just to be, you know, improvising a little bit, because we can't put the tops on the totes, so we're gonna actually use these to, you know, support the seedlings, okay? So I want you all to just kind of stay tuned for this. The dirt is already wet, so we shouldn't have to water or nothing like that. That was the whole purpose, and so the seedlings wouldn't float with the peat moss and everything. And so now we're gonna go ahead and move along to the next thing, okay? So yeah, as you can see, we got the trays, everything already set up. What we're gonna be planting today is some yellow sweet Spanish onions right here. Also some red purple onions right here. Really, well, red glow, but they like purple onions, you know what I'm saying? Red, purple, you know how this thing go. Anywho, and then we got some Texas Grano right here that we're gonna plant in this column. So I'm gonna do it in rows here. This is like an extra tray right here, so I may just do like 2, 2, and 2 or whatever, that way we can kind of even it all out. And what is gonna happen is we're gonna put all of these transplants, whenever they sprout out in a couple of weeks, we're gonna put them in our new raised beds over here on the other side other herbs to ribbon homestead. Okay. Yeah, so what I want to do is I want to maximize the space in all of this. So I want to actually plant in each one of these. I'm going to do 2 in each square, in each cell here. Okay, that way we can get some germination, but I want to plant them apart from each other. That way we can split them apart, and then we can maximize the amount of onions that we get, and we can plant them over there in that nice, good old raised bed. Okay, so yeah. So I want you all to get all the way up into it. Like I said, we got our yellow Spanish, we got our Texas Grano here, and we got our Southport Red Globe onion here. So I'm gonna get all these in the these little cells here and go from there. Okay. That thing won't work. I had to go get something else. Okay. As you can see, these are real tiny seeds right here, so you got to be real careful. I'm trying to only get one in the cell, and so that's what we're gonna do. Okay. So before we go on this garden tour, I wanted to go ahead and talk a little bit about the reason why we're talking about expanding the garden. The reason being because I can't talk right now. 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 So yes, so the reason why we wanted to start the whole garden and expand it and all that is because we are looking at what's going to be lying ahead of us and what may be potentially happening with the cost of food, and also just, you know, being more self-sufficient, and also with, you know, the inflation and stuff that may be potentially happening. And so that's one of the reasons why we wanted to start this quote-unquote survival garden, because I want to make sure that we're eating off the land. As you know, there's been a lot of like listeria, E. coli that's in our lettuce and also our butters and things like that. And so we want to make sure that we are doing the things that we can to make sure that we're eating more healthy and more organic. And so the best way to do that is to start your own garden. And so that's why I'm encouraging everybody to go ahead and get you some grow bags or whatnot from Amazon. Put the link down in the description box below if you don't know where they are, and that way you can y'all can go ahead and start growing y'all some vegetables and things, because number one, they taste better and they last a little bit longer, and plus, like I said, you're just gonna get a lot more robust flavors, and plus without all the additives and all the pesticides and all that stuff, you know, you can kind of gauge what's happening in your garden. So that's one of the reasons why we want to expand it, is because, you know, we don't want to be combating with food and want to be without, and also just be more prepared. All right, you know what I'm saying? You can't be too prepared, you know what I'm saying, because we don't know what's about to happen. We don't know if a tariff or whatever's gonna come into the place. So what we got to do is make sure that we get our gardens into play. Okay, so I want you all to go ahead and be encouraged and to, you know, just be inspired to start your garden. That way, you know, you too can be living off the land, and that way you don't have to be, you know, in need of food, or also just in a scarcity situation. Okay, so I want you all to go ahead and stay tuned. We're gonna go ahead and get to all the things that's out here in the garden. Okay, and I'm gonna let you all see what's happening out here and what we plan on doing in the future. Okay, yeah, so as you all can see, we actually got solar panels. Okay, yes, it is a new addition to the house. We want to kind of get the solar panels. It's been on our mind for a while, but with the fluctuation of Duke Power and just the bills going up and down, you know, especially around the holidays, and then you got to run the AC all the time down here in Florida. You know, just your bill is really unpredictable. And so we decided to go with solar panels, okay? And if you want to get some solar panels, please make sure you reach out to Transform Solar. Yes, Valerie hooked us all the way up. I want you all to know these are American-made products, tier 1, okay? So this top of the line, ain't gonna be no OEM, no second grade stuff. No, this is tier 1 products, okay? So it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, grade A. And you all can be able to get some solar panels too if you just reach out to them. It is no upfront cost or anything like that. They offer a 30-year leak proof, also I think up to 25 years warranty on the roof. And pretty much you're going to be able to kind of live off the grid, but not fully off the grid, because you kind of still got to be hooked up to Duke Power with their grid line. But you know, it's going to be a way to cut costs, because that's going to be a set bill, and then everything is going to be in-house, okay? So I want you all to reach out to Valerie, because she can hook you all the way up with Transform Solar. Okay, so I want you all to get all the way up into this here garden too. We're gonna go ahead and start over here with the raised bed that we just randomly planted. Okay, we're gonna start with all the new stuff, and then we're gonna move all the way back, okay, towards the house. Yeah, so we over here at the raised beds that we, you know, just recently planted in the most recent videos, and I want you all to kind of see what's happening over here, okay? You know, some things is thriving, things is going, they flowing, and we're gonna see all of that, okay? So should we go? Now, this is what we had planted. Remember the bush beans right here? Now, they are bushing on out. I'm not even sure if this is a pole bean. I don't know if a seed got mixed up, but it came out of the same pack. I don't know, but remember we planted the potato back here, and so the potato has sprouted all the way up, okay? And remember those squashes that we had, got those zucchinis, they haven't produced any kind of fruit or anything like that, and so we're kind of just waiting to see what's going on with